Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Just want to say you're doing an awesome job getting all of your facts assignments in. This week we moved into the breakfast unit, and I know some have had questions, so I thought I would do a little video quick to kind of help you walk through our steps. So when you go into your Schoology page, click on the facts. I'm just going to use my first hour facts. And then go into distance learning week 20 of April 21st and 24th. Okay, so we have 2 days of the breakfast unit. You can do everything all right away, or you can wait. Now, the last thing on day 2 is to make a recipe. In our house, we eat cereal on the weekend, on the weekday, just because it's easy. But on the weekend is when we actually try different recipes. And so for my family, it would be easier to wait and do that recipe on Saturday, which is totally fine. And you guys can do. Don't worry if it gets marked missing. For most of you guys, it won't be due until Monday anyway. Okay, so day 1, the first thing to do is answer your breakfast discussion. Normally we do that in class and have a classroom discussion. Feel free to make comments on your classmates as long as it's appropriate. Then watch your Start Smart video. It's only a 1-minute video. I didn't have an article that went with it. And it just kind of talks about making a balanced breakfast. And then do your breakfast myth quiz. Now, you just get participation points for this quiz. So don't worry if you get them all wrong, which you will, because the answers, I put more information. And again, this is something that we would just review in class. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to open up My Plate handout. And this kind of talks about the different foods that are in each of the food groups. In the video, it talks about how you should be eating at least 3 of the food groups for breakfast. So many of us eat probably a protein, a grain, and a fruit, or a protein, a grain, and a dairy. And so that makes a complete breakfast. And then what you're going to do is you're going to log what you eat for breakfast for the next 5 days. This will be due next week. So right here, the breakfast log, you open that up. It will ask you to make a copy. And then when it opens, it automatically saves into your Google Drive. I would recommend adding your name and your hour and your day. Fill that in. And then when you're ready to submit it, if you go on this side by submissions, there'll be a button on yours that says Submit Assignment. Click that. There'll be a little pop-up window that pops up. On the left-hand side, there's a button called Apps. If you click that, that will take you to your Google Drive, and then you'll be able to find your that document that you just saved. If it doesn't pop up in your drive, check your shared drive. It could be in there. Okay, so that is day 1. Day 2 then is actually finding a recipe and making it. So what we're going to do is I have a template and I have a little bit of a rubric. This will be the one thing that you don't just get full points for. It is worth 20 points because I think it takes a little bit more work to do. I want to see more than cereal and fruit and milk. Now, I know everybody's house is a little bit different when it comes to food. If you hit us on our end of our 2 weeks, because I try to go shopping every 2 weeks, there's not a whole lot of interesting food in here. So I don't want this to be a panic if there's different food. Feel free to use things that come with your breakfast. But for some of you guys that have those items in your house, and I saw your fridges, so I know most of you have them, I want you to make something. I want you to try something. So here is the breakfast template. Again, it says make a copy, and so that way you can save it into your Google Drive. I'm going to pause real quick while this uploads. Okay, so it's a template. This is not a real recipe. So make sure that you change it. So change your recipe, put your title in, put your ingredients in, how you prepare it. When you are done making your breakfast, take a picture of you either making it or you in the final product and switch out this picture. So don't leave this picture here, okay? Make sure that you put the servings, how many servings, the calories, the food groups. So if you are making pancakes, what do you have to add? Strawberries, milk, or yogurt. So put what to serve with it. And then when you are done, again, submit it over here. Now, I'm not going to accept anything that comes